Hi, I'm Leilani, and welcome to another episode of Leilani Drinks the Balanced Stuff in my backyard. Did I just say that correctly? No, I didn't. I felt a flub. So let me just say that again. Leilani drinks the brown stuff. It's almost as if I already started drinking, but I haven't. Thanks for coming by tonight. So a couple weeks ago, I ended up going up to the Pacific Northwest with my boo beast, who's behind the camera. We ended up in Spanaway, which is basically considered Tacoma. And of course, my first question is, when am I gonna get local whiskey? When am I gonna get local whiskey? When am I gonna get local whiskey? But my beast already had it all under control. We ended up at Total Wine in Puyallup. And while he ran off to grab a quick whiskey and to come back with his whiskey of choice that he thought I should have, I had started looking around, and then we were looking around, and I didn't know if I was gonna get another bottle or if we should just get out of there, or, you know, what else could I have gotten? And this cool gentleman named Mike, who works there at Total Wine in Puyallup, came up to us and was like, "Can I help you with anything?" And we were like, "Well, yeah, I guess maybe you can." And he ended up giving us a couple of recommendations, and then he ended up leaving me with a little bit of tidbit information about this whiskey that I had to get. I had to get it. It was undeniable information. So tonight we are getting into Oregon Spirit Distiller's Straight American Rye. It is 90 proof. It is 45% ABV. This bottle ran us about $50. Their regular wheat bourbon and their regular bourbon runs you roughly around 40. They did have a couple of bottle and bond, and I almost got it. That runs you upwards between 80 and 90. But I always try the lowest whiskey expression that a company tends to make. I like to try that first, because I don't think you should equate great whiskey with a hefty price tag. How a distillery ends up treating their lower whiskeys is what's important. And if it tastes wonderful at a cheaper price, just imagine how much better it's gonna be when you spend more money. But then again, maybe not. So this whiskey has been aged 4 years in new American oak barrels, and the distillers are hands-on from beginning to end. And they have to, because they have to overcome rye's like sticky and difficult texture in this 100% rye grain whiskey. Now, around 2009, Brad Irwin and his wife, Kathy, founded this distillery in Bend, Oregon. And this company was actually the first grain-to-bottle whiskey distillery in Oregon. They use only local and regionally sourced like grain, and they get their water, their pure water, from the Cascade Mountains. After about like 10 years, which is obviously recently, 2019, Brad ended up passing the reins of being head distiller to a selected team because he wanted to focus in on making Oregon Spirits a national brand. Why is that tongue tied for me? I don't know. So in 2016, he found a new head distiller, graduated from the University of Tennessee, had a degree in biology, and her name, female head distiller, Brandy Piper, came to work for them in Oregon. And it's just amazing. This was the tidbit of information. To have a female head distiller, you don't get that. And reading up on her information, she didn't have that much experience. Basically, her biology degree and some bartending skills that they said. So Brad Irwin had the foresight to give opportunity to a female. And she's been there ever since. And she does look like a woman child. I swear, as I looked at her picture, she looked like she was 16. Y'all think I look young? Y'all need to see Brandy Piper. She looks super young, and she's making whiskey. So that's pretty awesome. Ended up finding out also that this is her drink of choice. So, great female minds, think alike. Now, the production distiller is Michael May, and he has a BS in chemical engineering, and he comes from health, safety, environmental engineering, which means that he investigated and cleaned up hazardous, toxic, radioactive waste sites. I mean, the background on these two is so super amazing and fantastic, because it doesn't seem like they came from whiskey, grew up in whiskey, knew about whiskey. They just decided that they were going to do whiskey, and Brad ended up giving them the opportunity to do so. So no matter where you're at in life, if you love it and you want to try and do it, jump in if someone's giving you the opportunity, especially with making whiskey. With all that being said, as you can tell, I'm super excited to try a female distiller whiskey. So let's get to this bottle. All right. Ooh. Oregon Spirit Distillers. Now, did I mention that in 2016 they ended up winning a double gold and also best in class at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition? I don't think I did. Why do they do this to me with the plastic? I'm so glad I didn't do my nails. They really made this difficult to get into. It's like they had, maybe not so difficult, because if I would have looked, they had a silver pull tab for the plastic. All that work. Let's do this, y'all. Oh, that's a nice smell, y'all. I got some vanilla and honey. I just tasted a little lemon zest. All right, let's see. Woman's po, woman's po. Let's get this woman's po from a female distillery. Oh, female distiller. I said distillery, didn't I? I know, it's going to be, I'm going to get one soon. We'll be talking about her shortly. Oh, that's an amazing pour. Yeah, I know. But I had to do it. I had to. We will get that cap on a little later. You don't need to see me working with it now. Nice amber, pretty color. It has a slight floral scent. I did smell a little, is that tobacco? Maybe? We might have to taste it to find out, which I'll be doing shortly. Floral honey, maybe a little cinnamon in the background. But before I drink, so fun fact about this distillery, they happen to have one of the largest whiskey barrel inventories in Oregon. And they also have several non-alcoholic did I almost say virgins? I almost did. But it's true. If you want, what do they call like non-alcoholic drinks? Virgins. So yeah, so they have virgin versions of gin or gin-like drinks that you can actually mix for your friends who don't feel like drinking, because you shouldn't force them to drink whiskey. That way you can have more for yourself. Let's get to drinking. Caramel, smooth, a little pepper on the back end, and a little burn down here. Not too much up here. Oh, but down here. Let's try this again. That just opened up into my nostrils. All right. That was nice and different. I can handle that. Goose in my hair, more chest. No, it didn't. A little zest. Yeah, I feel like it's more white pepper than like pepper. And it feels and rests more like a bourbon than it does a rye, which is fun. at 100% rye. I mean, it is smooth. I'm just drinking this like water, and I could tell. Oh, man, that's really fun, you guys. In the mouth feels. I'm getting a little hint of smoke that seems to go, I feel like a dragon. So tonight, Leilani drinks the brown stuff. Hold on one second, let me just, it's so close, and give me a second. I'm just excited to see what happens after about a week or two with this whiskey just opening up. But I have to give this whiskey, let me taste it one more time. 4.5 kisses. I obviously enjoyed this female distilled rye, and I enjoyed Brad's opportunities all up in here with it. And I have to drink to that. So cheers to Brad, cheers to Oregon Spirits Distillers, cheers to Brandy being the head distiller, and Michael May, who's all doing wonderful things over in Oregon. So if you guys are traveling up the coast, swing on by. I hope that I'll get a chance to swing by the distillery once all this is over. Cheers to all being over.